Hey, how's it going, collectors? This is Dave at thecollectioncorner.com, and I'm going to bring a little showcase and installation video for my new product line, these acrylic laser etched display tiles. They have LEDs inside them, so they all light up. I'll just take you through how they kind of work and what comes with them first, and then we'll talk about getting them inside the cabinet. So to start with, the kit will come with 4 of these display tiles and LED stands. Each display tile is laser etched with a logo of your choice. At the moment I'm just displaying Captain America and Iron Man, mainly in support for the Civil War movie we've got going on at the moment. The LED bases themselves, again made out of acrylic with a foam base, which is nice and grippy on those glass shelves. There's connectors at either end, and you can see LED mounted on the inside there. The LEDs will be in a variety of colours. You can have the usual sort of cool white and warm white, or the 3 primary colours currently, which is red, green or blue. In the future I will be doing full colour changing versions of this, and remote control options as well. In fact, it will be able to hook up to the expandable remote system that I use for my LED lights, which you may well be familiar with. So if you're familiar with my actual light kits, then you might recognize this, which is a very similar wiring loom to the one used on my downlighter LED light kit. The idea being obviously to hide as much of the wiring as possible and make those displays nice and tidy. Each one has a connector here, which is about 3 inches long, and it's got black heat shrink tubing around it just to make it nice and tidy. The plug you'll get will look something like this. Obviously I can do any international plug that you require. Just let me know whereabouts I'm sending to, and I'll always make sure you're getting the right plug. You'll normally get an on-off switch as well. Like I said, there's going to be remote options that will come into play later on, and I will probably be looking at doing these in sets of 8 as well, because I know a lot of collectors do put more than one figure per shelf, and to do that you'll get this connecting wire here, which again is it's covered in black heat shrink tubing, so it's not too obtrusive on the old display and making it look like there's too many wires everywhere, and that you can just connect the 2 together here. So I'm going to quickly power these on so you can have a quick look to see what they're like, and then we're going to get down to the actual installation. There we go, so powered on, one in white and one in blue, just to kind of give you the example of what they're going to look like. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on the installation, and we'll see what it all looks like once it's inside the cabinet. So we'll just start off by having a look to see whereabouts we've put the conduit. This cabinet here doesn't have any LEDs at the moment. I've ripped them all out because I'm replacing them with an all new natural LED colour. But I do have this brush weather strip in, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to install the wiring just behind this brush here, between the metal frame, and stick it to the glass. Now, doing this without LEDs in there still allows for room for my LED kits to fit in here and still give the perfect amount of light. As you can see on this one here, this one is installed, and there's just enough space in between for the actual wiring loom. That's the invisible kit, and it's the same with the downlighter kit here. I always put the downlighter loom a bit further back so you can apply the wiring loom for these display tiles right next to that there. Of course, if you're buying lights at the same time as you're buying these display tiles, then I can custom fit them all into one loom for you and make things a lot tidier and a lot easier. So that's whereabouts I would put those. Now I'll get on with the actual installation. So we'll start with the wiring loom here. which opens out in a sort of scissor fashion. What you want to do is just watch the wiring here and make sure you're twisting it the right way, like so. Make sure you leave your connector exposed and then click it together. You'll see there's a big enough gap here for your connector to poke through. Do that on both ends. There we go. Now, obviously I would recommend that you remove all of your collectibles first and the shelves, just to make sure that no accidents happen. I'm going to do this and risk it and just see how it goes. If I break anything, it's my fault. But what we're going to do is, now we've clipped this together, this is just going to slide here in between the metal frame and the glass panel here. Easy does it. Pass the connectors through and then push the plastic bit through. Nice and easy. And the same down here. Now, with the power wire, I'm actually going to pass this through a hole I've pre-drilled in the bottom of the Detolf cabinet, but it will also poke out just the corner here. You'll notice I'm doing this on the non-hinged side. It's where I would normally recommend that you do it if you're passing the power cable out, just in case when you're opening and closing your cabinet, so you don't catch the power cable and wreck it. Now, once this is in place, what we're going to do is we're going to stick it down. And on the back of this is just a sticky back tape, and we'll peel it off section at a time and stick it down. Gently. Right, so once you've got all the tape removed, make sure you get your wiring section lined up and you've got enough room for your connectors to come through onto the shelf. Bear in mind you can stick this pretty much anywhere along this shelf, so if you prefer to have your tiles much further back, then you can do that. I'm wanting them quite close to the front, so that's where they're going. And then once you're happy that that's in the right place for you, just stick it down, like so. Okay, now that's in, we can get the 4 bases in and plugged in, ready to go. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a switch around in this cabinet real quick before I do that, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so all installed now. I've just put the 4 main tiles in, as you can see. And I'm going to light them up now, so you can see the full effect. Here we go. Let's get it a little bit closer. There we go. Well, there we go. Hopefully that gives you some idea as to the effect you can get with these display tiles. I'll be putting the details live on the website very, very soon. So you can head over to thecollectioncorner.com. If you don't see the details there already and you want to get in there early, pop me an email. There's an Inquire Now button there, or you can get in touch with me through Facebook as well, The Collection Corner. Also check out my YouTube channel, obviously. There's some videos on there regarding the LED light kits that I make, specifically for the Detolfs, but they can be made for pretty much any cabinet. and I've started a new series of videos on there for pose ideas, beginning with Iron Man, the Mark 42, just to give you some ideas around different poses you could do and display. So yeah, go and check that out, and as always, keep collecting.